So welcome back to Mrs. G's Living, where we celebrate beauty, fashion, and have some commentary here and there. So in today's video, we have trending hair topics. There are two women or two stories that I wanted to discuss today that have been trending. So if you're not familiar with these two women, I'm going to leave some videos for you to catch up to see, and then at the end, give my 2 cents.
You were up here before, right?
I had locks.
Oh my God, what? How often do you switch up your hair? And are you looking for more of an earthy type of man? What type of man are you looking for?
I don't know, I like a man with hair. If I can find a man that has locks, that'll work for me. But I kind of want to date rich men.
But when you say rich, what do you mean?
Like wealthy, either black men or white men.
If you want to date wealthy black or white men, I'm not saying your hair isn't beautiful. So that's a different kind of aesthetic. Not saying you're not beautiful with your locks, but you're going to have to do something very different. You're going to have to go straight. So it's either you braid down your locks and put a wig on, you get a sew-in, you undo your locks and then do some clip-ins, but you have to go a different direction with your hair. And no nose rings. You have to take that out. Studs in the hair. Take out the hoops. You're already in shape. You're fit. Can I see the nails? No blue. You need French or pink. No more tattoos.
Okay.
Because you said wealthy and rich. It's not that they don't mind you being spicy, but they don't want the world to know that. So no more tattoos. If you could get those covered up, get those covered up.
These covered up?
Yes.
Okay.
Whoa!
Yes, honey.
Wow, this is beautiful. What? Not saying you didn't look beautiful with your locks. Let me put that forward. Because you still did look beautiful. But how do you feel with your new look?
Girl, so the short hair gets me more attention. However, I think it intimidates men.
Are you?
That they cannot attract a certain type of man with having locks and afros and natural hairstyles. Like, really? First of all, let's address that these dating coaches are literally just marketing schemes to attack the insecurities of black women. They're no better than any other predatory industries, like, at all. That woman is no different than Kevin Samuels. I don't understand why we're listening to her. Secondly, let's just decenter men, period. Like, just decenter men. You don't have to change the way you look, the way you act, the way you dress to attract a man. Like, just be who you are, and the man that's for you will come to you. And lastly, like natural hair is classy. Like, stop telling black girls, stop telling black women that having natural hair is not classy, that they need to wear wigs, they need to wear weaves, they need to cut their hair off, they need a pixie cut to be classy. That is literally white supremacy. You're enforcing white supremacy. You're enforcing Eurocentric features, and you are just adding to the self-hatred and the insecurities of black women. And anyone doing that is not for the culture. They're not doing anything positive.
This girl cut her locks off to attract men. Cut her locks off to attract. It's gotten bad. It's gotten bad. Now, as somebody that used to be like former boy crazy, and I say former because I couldn't give a fuck about niggas, but there's just a limit. Locks are so sacred in themselves, right? Like, what you got to go through when you go through locks, the stages, like, they're sacred in themselves. But to change your entire aesthetic for the sake of a fucking man? Are you crazy? Like, she said no more tattoos, no more hoop earrings. And I guess that's why they call us lesbians, because if that's what you got to do to attract, okay, that's fine. Give me all the tattoos, all the hoops. Give me the biggest hoop. I'm stretching my ears. Because at this point, that's what y'all going through to attract a man. You're cutting your locks off. And she looked good. The cut ate down. But I couldn't watch it with a straight face, because I'm like, I just watched both videos. Like, the first video was like, oh, she said no more blue nails, no more hoops, no more locks. If you want to attract this kind of man, you got to have this.
It has gotten worse in recent months, killing millions of chickens across the country.
Now y'all know y'all wrong. Y'all know y'all wrong.
A lot of folks making fun of the young reporter at the Wall Street Journal, the young black woman reporter at the Wall Street Journal. I want you to know it's really hard to be in these spaces. It's not fun. It's not easy, especially when you have a job that barely allows you to not only afford doing your hair, but even having time to do your hair. Some of us are working through our style and our aesthetic in a very public way. Don't act like you've never had a hairstyle that looking back, you wish that you had never done. Don't act like this has never been you, especially if you are another black girl. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. It's not fun and it's not nice. And she is somebody who we should be uplifting and reading within the space.
There's a lot of things on this internet that I will stand down about, like almost everything. Like, you tell me I'm wrong, I'm like, you're right. You know, I was wrong. Y'all didn't like the way I said that. Damn, I might have been wrong. I didn't know what I was talking about. Because I don't give a fuck about really none of this, because it's not my business, you know. But it's one thing that I will never stand down on, and it's that girl with that wig on the Washington Post. I will argue with anybody about that. I don't care. Because I see a lot of people saying, like, us people making fun of her. I ain't seen nobody making fun of her. I seen general concern, confusion, anger, because it was ridiculous. Like, even a Caucasian person would be like, why is it down here? A child, anybody would be like, why is it down here? You know what I mean? Like, that's the one thing I will argue 10 toes. I don't give a damn. Like, that right there, probably the one thing I've ever talked about that really just, I feel passionate about.
So I'm gonna read you some of the comments from the first. Terrible advice. May this depression never find me. As a locked girl, this was very disheartening and feels anti-black. We are the aesthetics. We are wealthy. We should never lose the plot. The male gaze was never that serious. How about y'all seek the kingdom of God, please? The pixie cut definitely eats more. It looks more polished. We put way too much energy into getting a man, like it's overstimulating. Honey, be yourself. Why are y'all changing how y'all look for a man? Y'all do everything to get a man, huh? She changed her hair to attract a man, a black man. Wow. I usually stay out of women business, but I don't like this take. In my 20s, I remember crying to my mom that I kept attracting a certain type of man. She laughed and said, sweetheart, you attract all types of men. It's just a certain type of men you give your time to. May this obsession for a man never blind or look in my direction. As a locked girl, this is so disheartening. I have met and dated executive men and my locks weren't an issue. This kind of hurt my feelings. I have locks. This is so disheartening to see changing your hair to men. Are y'all that desperate? Lot of microaggression here, but I digress. The discourse around locks in this comment section makes me sad. I thought we've outgrown this rhetoric around locks. This is so backhanded and manipulative and so downwashed because baby, just being yourself and fixing your confidence and lifestyle is just follow suit. She right. You got to dress for the aesthetics of men you are looking for. So for the first story, naturally, there were a lot of black women who were upset about the message. We definitely live in a society where black women are often policed and patrolled and told to change their existence to fit into societal norms. So I personally grew up in a culture where dreadlocks held a societal, historical, spiritual significance, where it was more to embrace your African descent and oppose Western societal norms and oppression. I know that dreadlocks have become more of an aesthetic and more normalized as a natural hairstyle for some, but it still holds true that it has, cultural ties. So I'm not surprised by the backlash this advice of cutting her dreads would garner, but she would later come out, the young lady would come out and say that she is a cosmetologist and she changes her hair often and she did not cut her dreads just to appease to the male gaze. So I'm gonna play that clip now.
Y'all need to get in the gym and stop being focused on my hair. Like, not that shit.
Is this the girl?
This is she.
Were the locks your hair or were those extensions? Because I see a red pixie cut in your profile picture.
I'm a licensed cosmetologist. I do hair for a living, so I always go short. I grow my hair out. I cut it. It don't matter. Like, hair to me is something that I'm not attached to. It is what it is. Like, I could grow locks. If I wanted locks right now, I would get locks again. Okay. But it's a choice of mine to cut my hair off. I have a mind of my own. I decided to get a pixie cut, which I think fits me.
So this was her decision, although she did come up here, ask for advice, but it was her choice. Because you see what's going on right now, Nancy.
I see, girl. In the comments is crazy. Like, I would never cut my hair for a man. I'm too secure within myself to do anything for a man. However, I did come up here for Ashley's advice, and I'm a woman that listens to older women because I'm 27. You know what I'm saying? She been where I'm at before. So, of course, I'm going to go to an older woman to ask for advice. Y'all need to start listening because clearly...
Thank you,
y'all
beautiful.
still ain't hit them gyms yet. Y'all need to get in the gym and stop being focused on my hair. Like...
So we're going to move on to story number 2, but to finish off story number 1, it's good to hear that she's listening and taking advice from older women, but also you want to use discernment because at any age, we are still learning how to navigate this thing called life. So moving on to story number 2. Some of the comments from story 2, click the search in the wig. Oh, please. It's a joke. Relax, Jada Pinkett. This is such a non-issue. No, the wig was dead wrong. Please. 2 things can be true at once. My sister in Christ, she knew that wig was wrong. And no, I have never worn a wig that touched my eyebrows. Be for real. Ain't nobody wearing their wigs like that. I feel like this struck a nerve for you because, girl, that wig was tore up. It was on her eyebrows. Come on now. It's not about corns or any of that. The wig was fine, but it was on her damn eyebrows. And that's funny. Y'all make excuses for everything. Sometimes the criticism is valid and she learned from it. Oh my God, the dissertation because she needs to slide her wig back. It doesn't require a think piece. Just slide it back. Laughing my ass off. Everything is not a think piece. Her wig was a good wig. She had it pulled to her eyebrows. That's not about time or price. It's positioning. The creator. This is not an even think piece. STFU. No, my sister, I ain't never wear my hair touching my eyebrows. Come on now. All publicity is good publicity. Cordelia James became known overnight, all because of the wig. Good for her. I agree to a point. People are mean, but if you choose a public-facing job, you accept the scrutiny of your appearance. It comes with the territory. Empathy. I need Black American girls to practice empathy. You strict. So the comments are pretty much the same across the board. Most people are saying she should know better. Pushing 40, still trying to be mean girls. Your empathy is beautiful. Now, we all can relate to having bad hair days. Personally, for me, this is one time I'm glad I have a big forehead because I've never had a situation where my wig was actually by my eyebrows. What I will say is that, yes, we appreciate that she is in these spaces, but 2 things can be true at once. We do realize that we are judged harshly as Black women for just being in existence. So I don't see where there's an issue if the community is coming in as a whole and telling her, hey, next time just pull the wig back. Now, it is in the manner in which you say it is sometimes an issue. Me personally, I prefer not to put things on social media. I feel like if you see a situation like this, you should DM the person, make it private. No need to make, think pieces as I'm making think pieces about this, but no need to embarrass the girl even further. Just let her know, hey sis, pull the wig back. Maybe she loves it like that because there are pictures of her in similar positions, but you know what they say, hard wig, soft life. So we wish both these sisters the best. Let me know your thoughts. What are you thinking about both stories? I am Mrs. G from Mrs. G's Living. Peace. We are out. Bye.